subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe.
I roast dumbasses like Tariq Nasheed, aka Tariq Nasheed. It's saying the dumb shit that he does, blaming everything on white supremacy, when in reality, there's never been a better time to be an African American in America. You could get ahead because you got affirmative action, you got all these other things that can sit there and put you in a position of power, but these want to still run around and say, oh, white supremacy, but they won't talk about the real supremacy, which is Jewish supremacy, because they know for a fact that they'd be banned within one day if they talked about Jewish power in America, so they want to sit there and call white people devil, all this other shit, but they don't get banned. So if you go ahead and don't get banned when you talk shit about white people, that clearly shows that white people aren't the ones in power. But if you talk shit about Jews, you get banned immediately, which shows that they are in power. But then you find out that Tariq is married to a Jewish woman, and you realize that it's all a grift because his wife isn't even fully black. It's all a lie. I told his dumb ass we could go ahead and have a debate. He don't want to have it, talking about you need to pay me, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, I'm bigger than you, internationally known, and you want to sit here and get me to pay you for a debate? You stupid. Just say you're scared.
Kanye 2024. Then we get PH Draco.
Yeah, what's good with you, Flex?
What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. There's a couple things I want to say real quick. I find it odd that that after Democrats lost, they've been coming in a lot of smaller rooms trying to figure out what is it about people with non-college degrees that have the people's ear. So when she kept saying that, I'm like, I've heard this before. You didn't go to college. You didn't go to college. It's like, are you testing that theory? Then she doesn't have any profile pictures, no pictures on her page, none of that. Just a bunch of Back to Africa, Kamala Shields nonsense. And the second thing I want to add is, if she said, first she said she didn't know who you was. Then she said she's been watching for a long time. Then she asked, what did you do for the community? But I don't know, you did this thing called the Hidden History Museum. Then it was that documentary you did. What was the name of it? Hidden Colors. And then it was the Haiti documentary. And if I'm not mistaken, you had people from all over the diaspora in that, right? So if I'm not, that right there classifies you as doing more for your people than she has, even more for her people. And I just think that these people are trying to find a way to discredit non-indoctrinated people. Because like Professor Allen said, shout out to that brother, they don't teach you intelligence, they teach you indoctrination. Hey, teach this how I want you to teach it, and don't do anything from the beaten path. But that's all I wanted to say, man. Appreciate it, brother. Again, this brother said he's not a leader, so quit trying to put that on him. Lead your own lives. You want to know what's best for the community, start a family, raise your kids, stay away from drugs, and get some chicken. Yeah, have a nice day. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, with that whole thing about, you ain't go to college, whoop-de-whoop. No, I didn't. No, I did not. I dropped out of school. I did not go to college. And it kind of worked out, because what happens a lot of times when they see certain folks with certain influential potential and they see them in college, they get targeted and they get co-opted in college. Y'all saw that clip of the people from APAC who talked about how they be scouting people from high schools and college? They're like, yeah, we scout black folks. We get them in college. We get them young. We get them before they even get into politics. So the minute they see somebody who look like they might be influential in a college somewhere, they're going to corner them off somewhere. Oh, they're going to get them and start grooming them. You understand what I'm saying? But I want y'all to look at a scene from a movie called Trick Baby. There's a scene that's a monster scene. The movie is kind of whatever, but it was a movie called Trick Baby, based on the book of Iceberg Slim. Iceberg Slim wrote a book called Trick Baby. It's about a white hustler who, he was a black guy who could pass for white. It's called White Folks. But the movie was like whatever. But there was one scene in this movie that was hella deep. It was a scene full of rich white people sitting around discussing black folks. And I think you can see this clip on YouTube. It was talking about how the white establishment, how they get black people and co-opt them. They like, yeah, when we see black people, if they have potential, we got to get them out the hood early. We got to get them and we got to train them and we got to co-opt them. Because if we see a black person with potential and we don't co-opt them, these people are going to grow up and start influencing the community. And that's going to be dangerous to us. So we need to get them early. And when we co-opt them, we can train their minds and have them work for us and get them to the point where the rest of the Black community won't trust them. I mean, this is a deep ass scene in this movie, man. It's a very deep scene. Please look up the dinner table scene in Trick Baby. You can Google that or look it up on YouTube. And that's very true. This movie was from 1971, 72, 73, around, it was early 70s. So it's an old clip, but that clip talked about how they neutralize influential Black people so that they are not going to be an asset for the community. And they say, well, we're going to get those people and they're going to be an asset to us. We'll use all their ingenuity. We'll use all their influence to our benefit. And that's going to make them useless to Black society. That's so real. Because in college, in APAC, that conversation that APAC had is no different from the Trick Baby conversation. They go in these colleges and they see somebody with some potential. They see somebody who has a little gleam in their eye, see somebody who other people like listening to. They're like, oh, let's get that person. Let's get him. Let's introduce him to some new things. Let's put some of these white women on him. Let's put some of them white men on him. Let's turn him out. Let's just do some things to him. You understand? And fortunately, yeah, I wish I could have went to college, but no, I was in the streets. But I didn't go through that system. You understand? They didn't catch me when I was a kid. They didn't catch me. So I was able to navigate and then use my influence for good. So now they're trying to circle the block. And then you see a lot of them try to discredit me now. There's a major push to always try to discredit me because these people are not told people, look, after the election, these people are going to start regrouping to get their lick back. They're going to look at all the Black people who were the real influences who made Kamala lose and the Democrats lose after they done spent all of those billions of dollars. These people want their lick back. They do not like the fact that the grassroots crashed them out. They know what it was. They put all of those billions of dollars into all of these influences, but these influences don't have stock in the grassroots like that because we know that they've been co-opted. We know that Rowland has been co-opted. We know Sharpton has been co-opted. You understand? So the grassroots knows what it is, when they know what it is. Let me get Love I Am in here real quick. We're gonna get Brother Terrain. We got a lot of folks in here. We're chopping it up, man. Let's get Love I Am. Love I Am, hop in, dear.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was gonna say she was energy siphoning. That was an energy siphoning, information gather, and less is more with individuals like that. And I was scouted in college that same way. I was 18. I was at a Pan-African student organization event. I wasn't even on the board. I was just speaking. I'm sorry. Two people found me, and that is a way for them to gather to take the intellectual property of young Black American children. They take our ideas and then they apply it to other communities, and it does not benefit us. So you're spot on. Thanks, Tariq, for what you are doing, what you just did in this space and expose. And that is not a sister to Black American women, because that's that feminist type of ideology.
Mhm.
I was just going to ask her, how does she think she can inform my perspective? The way that she's even speaking, what information does she have for us? Yes, there are thousands of people in the room, but not to hear her. And she thought she was even going to leverage her position to have the mic. So that was just very weird. I just wanted to
Mhm.
say that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, beloved. Let's get Brother Terrain in the building.
What's good, Tariq? How you doing this evening?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, brother. I was listening for the past maybe half hour or so, and I think something people have to understand, and I know you understand this, is when Black Americans are having a cipher and having a conversation and they're starting to build, there's always going to be somebody who comes in to take attention away from the topic at hand and talk about this irrelevant stuff that has nothing to do with it, and people get caught up in it, and then the whole conversation gets derailed. So that's something to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the other thing is, You're absolutely right. I've been dealing with some of these people ever since before the election, and there is a very small but very influential cabal of quote unquote elite talented tens, and I'm using air quotes when I say this, black people who feel like they're the only people who are designated to be spokespeople for everybody else. And the fact that their tactics about bullying and a lot of their tactics to try to force people to go and vote for this woman didn't work. And
Mm.
it came from people who were like poor working class people who catch the bus every day and people who were just struggling, who just had enough. They're scared like hell because they're not really the gatekeepers. The people who pay them and the people who they are basically align themselves with are the gatekeepers. And now they got to go back and ask, how come y'all didn't rustle me up enough votes to get this woman in the White House? And they're scared. And instead of talking to them, they come back on these spaces and they come back in social media rooms talking down on the grassroots and talking down on poor and working class people. So that's all it is. They just got to get checked.
Hmm. Thank you so much. Yeah, Brother Terrain made a good point, man. The gatekeeping class, and this is what I touched on early in the broadcast. Um, I was talking about how Sharpton, they're kind of turning on Sharpton now, like, hey, we didn't like that he got that money and did that interview and didn't disclose this and didn't disclose that. Yeah, they're starting to turn on the Boule Bootlicks a little bit now. And really, it's because the Boule Bootlicks didn't get the votes that they were supposed to get. The name of the game is to get these people out here to curse at us, to denigrate us, and to talk down at us to lower our collective self esteem so that we vote for nothing. That's the name of the game. And the fact that that didn't work, you know why it didn't work? Because the collective self esteem is higher because now we have more pride in our lineage. We're not walking around here being some little insecure generic African, which they keep trying to make us. Notice the woman calling, she just kept yelling, y'all African, you African. She was just getting emotional. That's the message that they have to send, that we're some generic African somewhere, which means that we're nobody, that we don't really have an identity. When somebody says that we're generic Africans, that's to say you don't have an identity. We have an identity. This is our land. Well, it's the white man. Y'all want to claim this land? Yes, this is our land. This is our land and our culture. We're not generic Africans. Nobody in our family has lived in Africa for centuries, if we did live there. And the countries don't even exist anymore that were there hundreds of years ago. We're not generic Africans. We have a specific culture and lineage here. And us understanding that and getting on code around that, they look at that as dangerous because now they can't sit here and sell the Pan African soap. They can't sell the kumbaya-ism to us. Because see, they bank on that. They bank on selling this global melanated thing. That's why they were trying to slip in Kamala. That's one of the reasons Kamala lost because we weren't buying her blackness card that they were trying to push. They didn't have an agenda. Remember, the only thing they were telling us about Kamala is that we got to vote for her because she's a sister girl, ski wee who went to an HBCU. We said, no, she ain't no sister girl, damn a ski wee. Where's the tangibles? Yeah, and we stood on business to the very end. We stood on business and didn't waver. You see? Let's get Boss Lady.
Finally, I was trying to catch old girl so I could curse her the out. Tariq, why you don't let me up?
Oh God, she was doing too
Come
much.
on, how we gonna let a girl who graduated from ICDC to ICDC college upset us? Like, come on now, you could tell she went to community college.
Lord.
Tell she went to community college. But I just wanted to say, if all these Caribbeans is down for Pan-Africanism, right? Since they was the first ones to get off the slave ship and be docked first or whatever on the islands, how come they not the first ones to go back to Africa and build up a nation? That way, melanated people across the world can go back to Africa and gain resources and make money and live profits. You know the word I'm trying to say. Yeah, like if everybody's just so down with Pan Africanism, now the Jamaican is trying to do it, a Haitian, Afro Latina, and they all been here in the United States for like what 200 years now, and nobody's not trying to do anything. Marcus Garvey didn't even take the money that he earned, well, stole. He
Mm,
went to London and died, and he was gay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Mm,
Let's talk
mm,
about it.
mm.
Okay, we're
They
gonna
gonna
talk about it.
say that Jamaica's gonna throw some joe off at your ass, some jerk chicken at your ass to say,
They
don't.
could throw some dumplings, boiled dumplings at me all they want to. Okay, the fact of the matter is, all these Pan Africanists are not doing anything but spreading false hope. They're not doing anything. They're not even doing anything in their own country. But yet they want Black Americans to get on the bandwagon because they know if we move, everything else moves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Boss Lady. Let's get PH Draco, then Twizzle. PH.
Peace, brother Tariq.
How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Is my audio good?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this Pan Africanism thing, man. We tried it over a century. We put everything we had into it. These people did not hold up their side of the bargain, man. It's a failed experiment, and now we're on to at least a minimum a century of delineation. Yeah, we got to delineate at least 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
We did the Pan African thing 400 years. Um, what this really is about is it's like a passport, bro, finesse game. These people just want sexual access to third world coochie. That's what it's really about. They're not producing. It's a tree that bears no fruits. There have been no forward progress among Pan Africans in the last century. Nothing's going on with it. As the lady just mentioned about Marcus Garvey, that man never even stepped foot in Africa. He died in London. And he had extreme contempt for Black Americans. And I'm glad that the brothers up there in New York ran him up out the paint. So, shout out to our ancestors for doing that, man. Pan Africanism is a joke. It's funded by the Open Society. It's funded by the Gates Foundation. This is a psyop. This is and when we're talking about ops do opposition research. So that's what that lady was doing in here. She was trying to get us to be emotional. She's what I call a K-Hive crash out. She's a K-Hive kamikaze. She did a kamikaze attack and Hari Carey and sacrificed herself just to derail the space and get us get us off of what we need to be talking about, which is delineating and building and focusing on Black American issues. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm gonna land there.
Thank you so much. Well, the good thing is we stayed on code. See, she tried to get us off. We were on her ass. No, no. See, that's the great thing. Everybody who called up, they had her number. They knew what the deal was with her, which was good. We handled her like she should be handled. Everybody was pretty much cool. She was the one. We had her crashing out. And at one point, it sounded like she was low-key about to cry. Yeah, because her crash out wasn't really working. We weren't really falling for the banana in the tailpipe with her. She was getting called out for what she was trying to do, and we weren't buying it. Twizzle. What's up, brother Twizzle?
Hey, what's up, player? What's going on with you? You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
bro.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to the room and everybody in here. Hey, man, I just want to say that I listened to that for a while, and it was kind of irking why I say that because shout out to the brother Professor Allen. He hit the nail on the head with what he said was that was an interrogation, bro.
Yeah.
Ever since the election, bro, your name has been ringing across legacy media because they're trying to say you are a major influence in this. So now, right now, they are sending their so-called tellers and everybody else to come in and see where our heads at and where our minds at. That's why I say we are in a good position right now to where the ball is in our court and we really need to quit giving these is our time. We need to start treating these people like OnlyFans. If y'all want to know what's going on with us, be in our spaces to see where our minds at, y'all really need to contribute because we got major things going on. And I see that they're sending I should say their infiltrators in here to trying to find out. Because the K Hive, they drunk off their, I should say, mead right now, their honey beer right now, because they're gone. Kamala, when she did that, that was embarrassing, bro. That was
Mhm.
100% embarrassing because everybody who knows she was loaded, bro. Her hair was messed up. She couldn't hold her hair straight. Plus, she had her forearms on the table like she was eating like a Asian person. But hey, I just want to give a shout out, man. And T, they trying to figure out what's going on and they trying to pick your brain, bro. So don't even give these people 2 cents, man. And I
Yes,
just want to give a shout out to the family, man. And hey, I'm with you, T. I'm peeping it. And shout out to Professor Allen because he was on the nail on the head with that. Peace, pimp.
man. Much respect to you. Yeah, man. Like I said, yeah, they're monitoring now because they done some analytics and they done saw where a lot of the influence was coming from over here. And my name has popped up all through their internal polling and their internal analytics. That the same thing with Hillary. When Hillary, they did the internal polling and analytics, and my name was all up in there. It was a book. They even put it was some kind of paperwork they put out, and they had my name all in that shit. That's why when Hillary lost in 2016, they were cursing me out. I want y'all to go back and listen. They had Roland, they designated him. Hillary lost, and the first thing that came up was me. Listen, Hillary Clinton lost because you got stupid ass dumb fools like Tariq Nasheed out here telling people not to vote with his dumb ass. And even like last week, Roland had my name in his mouth. And Uncle Luke, all of them, all this week, they've been throwing my name in their mouth. Musty Myron. Myron Gaines did a whole rant about me. And, he worked for like Homeland Security or something. And do you ever become an ex-federal agent? I mean, damn. Are you really an ex-federal agent? Because he admits to working for Homeland Security. He admits this. This is documented. So I want y'all to understand, when you got a musty tether who works for the federal government as law enforcement, sitting here denigrating a lineage of people. I don't think he's a former anything. But yeah, he had a video. Yeah, Tariq and all that FBA and y'all ain't shit and y'all this and y'all been here for 500 years and y'all on Section 8. And I'm like, Section 8? Like, speaking of 8, you haven't ate. You wish you could eat. You haven't ate shit in your failed homeland. Myron, I know you're listening, Myron. Yeah, people kind of, when we point out tethers like that, they kind of dismiss them. Oh, don't call us tethers. What are we going to call the Myron Gaines of the world? The people who sit up here with white supremacist groups trying to denigrate us all day. That's not our brother. That's not a person who's just ignorant to the facts. That person is willfully trying to undermine us. And we're going to give people like that the business. And Myron is still kind of embarrassed that, I shamed them. I went in that room a couple of months ago and I started verbally smashing on all of them. That really embarrassed them. That really embarrassed him. And what happened, a lot of his white supremacist buddies were laughing at him. They were clowning him because I smashed on those dudes so heavily. I smashed on them heavily. He took a lick. Then they tried to get me on his show. And I'm like, no, if I go on your show now, you're going to have to break bread. And he got really mad. Oh, yeah. Y'all got to break bread if y'all want to have a real sit down. Y'all going to have to come up out the pocket if y'all want to do that. But the Myron Gaines and the tether class like that who sit up here and denigrate us all the time, yeah, we have to check these people. They're supposed to be checked. And by the way, this thing, Myron did another thing where he was ranting about black women. Oh, black women ain't desirable. Okay. When these dudes do that, and also he was like complaining that black men were defending black women because Kendrick Lamar, on Kendrick's album, Kendrick has a lyric talking about white comedians making jokes about black women. That ain't, you don't do that. So his response was, Myron was like, well, why do black men always got the cape on for black women? Because that's what you're supposed to do. Foundational Black American women, we ride for foundational Black American women. Myron is probably in here because I can hear the must. So I know he's in here under one of his Finster accounts. I can hear must bubbles somewhere in the chat. But Myron and tethers like him, the reason why foundational Black American men ride for foundational Black American women is because you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to ride out for the women in your community. You're not supposed to leave the women in shanty towns hungry, picking up Red Cross rice from some damn body. You're not supposed to be out here giving forced circumcisions, which is what they do in his failed homeland. See, they do all types of weird shit to women where he's from. And the fact that we don't get down like that, oh, that's just foreign to him. And then Myron, and by the way, Myron is a wannabe Andrew Tate. Myron is a wannabe. He wants to be Andrew Tate so bad. Myron, you are a wish app Andrew Tate. You are a great value Andrew Tate. You are tether of a tether of a tether. You such a wannabe. And trying to denigrate our culture so that you can get the focus off of your failure, that's not working. So that you can get some brownie points from the white supremacists. See, that's the difference between you and us. We fight white supremacy. White supremacy defeated you. And the Arab supremacy defeated you too. You got defeated by multiple groups. And well, three groups. You got defeated by Arabs, white supremacists, and hunger. Hunger defeated you. You did. You had to flick flies off yourself in order to get on a plane to flee to come over here. You got defeated by hunger, my nigga. You can't say nothing about us at all. So yeah, I don't play games with these tethers who think they're gonna flee over here and then point their finger and try to denigrate us. And there's a lot of people who co-sign the Myron Gaines of the world. Sharifa, hop in, sis.
Peace and blessings to you, my brother. Can you hear me okay?
Ma'am, how are you, dear?
I'm good. I'm falling asleep, but I'm loving I'm loving listening to you guys. I want to send a shout out to the room, to the ancestors. I had to grab my book, Heroes from A to Z. I'm like, what is this Kamala Tether on here talking about? Do she know who you are?
Man.
But I just wanted to add to what you all are saying with what I feel like that was a good lesson for me in terms of listening to her energy and her anger and her vitriol. And she reminded me of how sometimes you be in a relationship with somebody who don't really have no real love for you. And because you want to break up with them, they'll start saying, well, you ain't ish. You wasn't, I ain't really want you no way. And you know, but really they wanted all your energy, all your time, everything you was doing, but they never valued it,
Right.
right? And so I'm listening to the game. She was playing a lot of games. And I said, wow, this is a lesson. But I've been listening to you, brother, and following you and supporting you for about 8 years. Vicky Dillard introduced me to you. And I really, in this past election, really just found my voice to really speak to my family and my circle about what the real deal was. And I really think a lot of us kind of got on cold with it. You know, I've seen a lot most of my life, but I didn't have my voice. I found my voice, okay? And so I just want to give some love out and a shout out and thank you for that lesson, and I
Yes.
appreciate
Thank you so much, beloved. Thank you,
it.
dear. Let's get Brother Franklin in the building.
Brother Tariq, how you doing today?
I'm good, Franklin. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. Young, black, and highly favored.
Yes, sir.
So listening to that young lady, it just goes to show you, man, like, they want us to play ball with them, but they don't want to play ball with us. How many times we're going to keep fighting for other people, but we keep being called Akatas and Yankees and everything else. So it's like, yo, we're tired of putting on the cake for everyone else, especially that Myron Gaines. Like Myron Gaines, whoever, he brought rappers and stuff on his show. And like, he had all these black influencers on the show, but then he wants to, undermine us each and every way. And every time when I watch these Red Pill or the Manosphere shows, I start to realize there's a lot of white supremacists on that side,
Oh, yeah.
especially the right ringers. It's like, 1 minute like y'all want to be cool and smile in our faces and stuff like that, but then all of a sudden we're niggas. And when Myron goes into these other pages and stuff like that, with all these white supremacists, they call them all types of sand niggas, and we don't want you here and stuff like that. So like, bro, you disrespect us, but they don't want you as well. So like, what game are you on? What game are you trying to play? But I just
Oh,
want to land on that, man. Like, these dudes are clowns out here, and like, no, if they're not with us, they're against us.
yes.
FBA B1.
Thank you, brother. Let's get five in the building.
Hey Tariq, thank you for having me on and hosting the space. Yeah, no, she was a nut. She was a nut, but she sounds just like every other whacked out feminist from just not even just these HBCUs. I met so many people like her going to the PWIs, and I think it's a good thing to have these spaces because again, you give us the language and the knowledge to help combat a lot of these right these people because she came in so calm, so nonchalant. We the people, sister, girl, and that right there really ticked me off because I didn't I didn't know that she was from Nigeria, but for me to hear the word tether, I think that whole saying to be a Black American and to know what happened to your people is to be, you're angry every single day of your life. So for me to have that word tether to be able to describe the same people who are making it their mission to go after what we're trying to build, who go after and who make it their mission to literally just to deter anything that we do, you basically led her to fall on her own sword when she admitted that she was also Nigerian. You did that so perfectly. You let her just continue, and she felt like the police want you. I know they want you. Like
Mhm.
you could get you could get the whole squad to just tell on themselves. And I
Mhm.
think that was just beautiful how you just did that. Like, I'm going to take this whole clip. I hope you take the whole clip. I'm going to show this to my family members because I think a lot of them are so we all this in this together, but it's just like no, they have a lot of vitriol for us,
Yeah.
and this is not a symbiotic relationship. This is an invasive species. But yeah, I'll land my plane. Thank you.
Get Nia in the building. Nia,
Hey Tariq.
how you doing, Nia?
I'm fine. I just find it funny that one minute they tell us, oh, we're not African, but the moment we start looking at our lineage, oh no, you're African, but yet
Right.
we still have ancestors still alive that can tell stories about our ancestors being from this country. And
Right.
that's gonna land my plane.
There you go. Yeah, they try to play that game because, like, when we would talk about the greatness of Kemet, oh, that ain't y'all. Oh, y'all ain't part of that. Y'all ain't part of Africa. Whenever we start saying, "Hey, man, we did great things in Kemet and great Egypt," oh no, y'all niggas, oh no, no, no. And then we say, all right, well, this is our lineage here. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We all from the motherland now. Hold on now. Y'all like Joe Loft too. No, we don't. No, we don't. They try to play that game. Let's get Magus in here. Magus. M Magus, you want to try it, brother? All right. M Magus ain't saying nothing. So let me get Juicy. Because M Magus ain't saying nothing. Let's get Miss Juicy in the building.
Peace and power, King Tariq. Shout out to the fam in the space. Hey, I just found it very interesting how the young lady, always brought up, hey, we should be having an intellectual discussion, but consistently overtalked people. She was rude and she was disrespectful. She wouldn't even sit down and listen to statements and submissions from other people in the space or even answer any questions. And I found that extremely disingenuous. But I wanted to let you know that in the Purple Pill, I put the clip of the powerful scene from Trick Baby in there so the family can see that. If they have not seen that, I do recommend that you all watch that clip. And then also, the story is coming out that Kamala, she could be facing legal issues with the FEC aside from her $20 million in her debts. Reports revealed that internal polling from Kamala Harris's campaign never showed her in the lead or even with a viable chance of winning. Despite this, the campaign hid this from top donors, defrauding and misleading them by falsely claiming she was ahead. So the crash out of her video coming out today, the crash out of all these Kamala Harris supporters, which what that young lady was, she's seen the title. The space got up to 6,000 people in the middle of her crash out. And I really, truly believe that she was sent in here to disrupt what we are building. I yield
Mhm.
my there.
Thank you, beloved. Yeah, the Juicy is touching on something real powerful. Early in the broadcast, I said they're already throwing Sharpton under the bus. Like, hey, you getting all that money for that interview? Oh no, that might be a little unethical. So they're already starting to get the ball rolling. Now, what Juicy just said that they're looking into all that money Kamala got. They were like, hey, that woman didn't have a chance of winning. I kept telling people that. And they're giving her all of these billions of dollars. And I think the DNC, they were telling these donors that, oh, no, 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 there's all this massive support. Oh, no, her numbers are looking real good. Keep giving us those billions. And now people are doing some investigating now. Now some real polling and some real internal investigating is going on. And people are like, hey, this woman didn't have a chance in hell. Why did we give all these goofy Negroes all that money? And why did we give money over here? Why did we give that person money? So now questions are being asked. Yeah, there's a reason why Kamala did that video today looking drunk. Is she drinking extra heavy because things might go down? Yeah, this ain't gonna be pretty. I mean, Kamala got washed. Let's be very clear, family. Let's be very clear. Kamala got her ass whooped in this election. Do y'all understand how bad this looked? It was so bad to the point where the whole country almost turned red, dude. I want y'all to just really grasp the gravity of how bad Kamala lost. The whole country almost turned red. It was that bad. That's a horrible look for the Democratic Party. And that woman didn't have a chance in hell. She never did. Do y'all understand all that stuff they were saying about, oh, she's up. Oh, the black community is supporting her. I was telling people, I was like, that is cap. I know the black community. That woman don't have no support like that. And they would send all of those paid trolls. No, hell no. You stupid as hell. Shut up. Everybody like Kamala. Man, it's about to be a big rally. No, it's not a rally. She's about to have a concert, and she's going to speak at a Beyonce concert. She's going to speak at a Megan Thee Stallion concert. She's going to speak at a Cardi B appearance. They kept trying to do the Jedi mind trick on people. They were finessing and fleecing money. People are like, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all know that woman didn't have nothing popping. And y'all got all this money y'all spreading to everybody. Wait a minute. Heads are going to roll. It's about to get interesting. And then when Trump get in office, oh, Trump is about to act a fool because they tried to put charges on Trump. Remember, they didn't put these charges on Trump. Now Trump is in office and they're going to start digging into the finesse that was going on. It's going to get interesting. Why y'all think these folks calling up, hey man, we all black now? Now everybody wants to be on some kumbaya because they want us to be up here caping. When the shit goes down, they want the foundational black American fam to be out there like, okay, let's stand together and fight. Hell no. I'm eating turkey wings. When the ice truck pulls up, I'm going to be eating a plate of jerk chicken. I like jerk chicken. I'm like, well, before you take him, have him put some more sauce on my jerk chicken. Give me some more sauce and some of that Bammy. Don't take him yet. Let me get that Bammy, then do what you do. But this Bammy is delicious. I gotta finish this plate. I'm not putting the cape on now. Yeah. It's gonna get real interesting. And they don't see the foundation of Black American family, Black American. We ain't really trying to jump up with the cape. And you know why? You got to thank the Myron Gaines of the world for that. Yeah, you understand? Thank them. Since these people want to sit up here and denigrate us all the damn time and just sit up online and talk about how we ain't shit and we baby mama welfare section. Okay, all right. All right. Well, you and your baby mama, watch your head when that ice truck puts you in the back. Watch your head, buddy. All right. Toodles. That's where we are with it. We got a lot of people in here tonight. All right. Let's get the black receipt. Let's get the black receipt in the building. But yeah, that's why Roland was doing all that splaining. Yeah, because people are gonna look in that money. There's a reason why they put him and Sharpton out there. And Roland is doing all that splaining about advertising. There's a reason why he was splaining, because they put that article out, that FEC filing, they put his name out there to put the spotlight on him because they know some unethical stuff going on. That's why he spent like an hour explaining. Listen here, but y'all don't understand. I was paid for advertisement. The white networks be getting money too. And yeah, ABC and the NBC be getting money too. But y'all stupid fools wouldn't know that. Tariq Nasheed, dumb as hell. All right, Roland. All right. When shit goes down, you All that babbling, that shit ain't gonna work. Don't let them get you hemmed up. You be in jail or somewhere, Roland. Your big ass, you're not gonna survive jail. Wait, hold on, because you get Roland be getting pressed on the streets. It's gonna be hell in jail. You can't call the police in jail. Hold on, y'all about to violate me? Don't do it. Don't hurt me. I'm sensitive. It's about to get interesting. The black, what's your name? The black receipt. Hop on, brother.
What's going down, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, man, they out here crashing out, wilding out. They mad we ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe trick no more. But it's all cool. They know we American. Shit, I'm cool with capitalism. I like making my money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I leave it out there, brother.
My man, thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Let's get let me see. Based layer. Based layer in the building. Based layer. And y'all raise your hand if y'all ready to get up here, ladies and gentlemen. Base layer.
Hey, what's up, brothers? I just came in, but the last thing I heard was being okay with capitalism, which is one of the most important things that we could all like agree on, right?
Oh yeah? Oh
Right.
yeah.
So the thing is, like, if we can all connect and we can all agree that making money, amongst our communities is the most important things, and we can all vibe on that, and we can avoid all of the like disruption, and we can avoid all the division. I feel bad because I just jumped in here. I hit the request button because I was anxious to get up in the space, but I hadn't heard what had been said beforehand. But anyways, let me get back to the point. Like, in regards to let's connect for real. Like, for real, all of us. We're all people. We're all a part of this country. We're all a part of like trying to trying to transpire together, right? So,
Okay. I guess you lost your train of thought. I don't know what was going on there.
From New York Times bestselling author Tariq Nasheed comes Foundational Black American Race Baiter, the groundbreaking book shaking up the conversation on race in America. As one of the most influential voices for Black Americans today, Nasheed exposes the tactics used to manipulate, subjugate, and control Black communities. In this powerful read, Tariq Nasheed equips you with the knowledge to resist injustice and reclaim your narrative. Don't miss out on the book that's redefining the game. Foundational Black American Race Baiter, available now at officialfba.com. Get your copy today.